welcome to NFL Films. That was a hell of a game. I don't even know where to start because there were so many things that happened. I just know there were two teams that played awfully hard. I enjoy a team that plays as hard as they do. And we went into this thing, I told my team, this is going to be a slugfest, and it's that team plays as hard as anybody we've played. I am going to politic. They're an NCAA team if I've ever seen one. They got a lot of things. We did a heck of a job on Davis, and he is a heck of a player. Those other guys made shots. We did a pretty good job inside with so many different guys, and we were digging on Hammonds, and he's played so well this year. And Haas is so big. I mean, it was a case when we lost Dawson early. It made it difficult. We were getting out rebounded. We ended up down one. We just gang rebounded. We had so many guys that stepped up, whether it be guys like Costello or Kobe, my Wyoming Flash. He did so many things. Elvin Ellis gave us some things. Tom gave us some things. But Trice and Valentine needed to really raise their game up a level, and I thought both of them did. I'll be damned if I can figure out why we're still missing some free throws. I mean, we've been shooting them so good in practice, but I guess I might as well find one negative thing and then move on from there. So I'm proud of this team. You don't know what it's like to go through the injuries that we've had, and then tonight the foul trouble and the injury to Dawson. It just made our bench extremely small against a very, very good team that was playing for a lot and still is. And I'll take questions.
Tom, over here, first two-part question. First, can you give us an update on Dawson? What's wrong? What do you know?
He's walking around down there. I mean, he was out of it. When I went in at halftime, he was flat on the table. I have no idea right now. Says he feels a little better. I think he got like, what's the name from the Thunder? He got a little dent here, a little dimple. Maybe it looks cute to some, but I didn't enjoy it at all. And he was bleeding a little bit early, and he was out of it. But at the end here, he was at least a lot more with it, and we're just going to have to wait and see. I'd say tomorrow I could give you a better update than I did tonight. Second part.
Second part is, you are not one to talk about achievements, but when you take a moment, this was your 15th 20-plus win in the last 18 years. I know you like to reflect on the players, but that's a pretty amazing legacy. Would you talk about it, please?
Not much, but I just look at the schedule we play every year. Consistency is what I strive for the whole time. And my good friend Doug Wojcik came in, who was with us here, and I think 03-04, one of the 18 or 19 win seasons, and he was yelling at me because we looked at that schedule. That was that one that we played the Celtics, the Knicks, and the Spurs, and I think we've played a tough schedule. I think we've been fairly consistent, but we got some work to do now. I mean, we're not done yet, and I'm gonna, someday I'm gonna be done years from now, and then I'll elaborate on all the great things that have happened to me.
The 20th win, though, and this is probably a game that gets you into the NCAA tournament without worrying. Any thoughts on that? And that keeps that streak alive, and how important that was for this group.
Well, I'd be lying to you if I didn't say a couple of these nights I've been laying there, after, when we got beat by Texas Southern. I mean, I knew this team was going to be, in some ways we performed better than I thought we would. In other ways, I'm disappointed because of the missed free throws throughout the year, costing us at least 4, maybe 5 games. And I told my staff, I said, we got to be careful because games like this can haunt you. And they can cost you if you're one game out, And boy, for a while it looked like that could be a possibility after the loss to Minnesota. But didn't really put pressure on them, but I didn't really not. I talked about it from the standpoint, if you want to leave here with positive memories, we got to suck it up. I mean, we talked about the scouting report for 5 minutes. We talked about the energy level and playing harder and getting rebounding. I mean, we were so small a couple times in there. We had those 3 midget guards, and then we had, you know, Kobe at center, and I'm sure Judd's really happy with me back in Spokane watching that, but we were in so much foul trouble that I can't say enough that, yeah, I feel good about the 20 wins. I don't know what that does for the NCAA tournament. Puts us definitely a step closer. And streaks, I guess, matter to me a little bit. Because streaks means consistency, and consistency is what I've strived for since the day I got on this campus. And you know, I knew we were gonna have our up and down years, but can we be consistently, you know, right there? And you know, we've been consistently in the hunt, and I guess that's what I'm proudest of.
Aside from Dawson, is it gonna be a little crowded in the training room? Because you know, obviously.
Oh yeah, Trice got that. Trice got hurt. Tom got hurt. I don't know. Valentine got hurt. It was a mass unit, and what I give those guys credit for, I mean, Dawson couldn't come back. I mean, he was out, but the other guys all sucked it up, and pretty incredible day, you know. And for Tom, his mother flew in, first time she's ever seen him, and had to be a special moment for her. She was bouncing off the walls here during the day. And, you know, for those seniors, Trav and his whole family, you know, came up, and brothers and sisters and grandparents, and BJ's whole family was up, and I think Keenan's whole family was up too. He just let some of them sit in the stands, but pretty awesome when you can go out that way. That's 6 out of 7 that we've had after. I question doing it once in a while. We lost that one. Day reminded me of that today, but in all honesty, pretty special when those kids get to be rewarded by being in front of their crowd and let their hair down a little bit and watch a video. And you know, I just appreciate Mark Hollis and our group for letting us do it.
Tom, on Costello, first of all, the job he did tonight on Hammonds, did you, I guess, anticipate that he might be your better option there? And then also, I just wanted to ask you about the one moment he had, kind of an outpouring of emotion with the offensive rebound and the dunk and the foul, the and one, they're kind of the clinching play.
You know, it really was. And after a great rebound, was it on a missed free throw?
Yeah.
Jeez, we don't do that very often, do we? I thought Matt, he did play with more emotion, and it wasn't that, you know, Gavin just wasn't able to play. He was in foul trouble the whole time, and Gav gets his arms involved and can't do that, and Matt just gets his body involved. That's what you got to do. But that kid's good, man. He's a load to try to cover. And I thought Matt does a great job of getting him the ball in different spots, but I thought we did a pretty good job of putting pressure on the passer. And anytime it went in, we got some help. I mean, you know, give Dwayne and